always going to be talking about processed foods on this channel, and there are two main reasons why. Yesterday, a commenter tagged me in a video that another dietitian had made where she basically said that dietitians need to do a better job on social media. Argument being that accounts that are filled with debunk videos and debunks of ultra-processed foods and discussions of ultra-processed foods come across as the dietitian promoting ultra-processed foods, which doesn't look very good considering the poor health of the people in our nation. She elaborated by saying that instead, people need to be educated about whole foods because obviously we know that that's better for people's health. And although I don't disagree with this, there seems to be one thing that's absent, which is the most important thing I've learned in my 13 plus years of being a dietitian. That's the needs of other people or your client always come before yours, your agenda, your bias, etc. Which leads me to my two reasons. Quick reminder, nobody is telling you to compose the entirety of your diet full of ultra-processed food. But simply because something is processed doesn't mean it's unhealthy. Cheese, canned beans, canned meat, whole grain bread, whole grain pastas. I don't know why soup is over here, but I've also found some lightly breaded high protein chicken nuggets that are fabulous. But again, nobody's telling anybody to compose the entirety of their diet Doritos and Twinkies, but a burger and fries here and there, totally fine. Reason number one why we talk about processed foods. Because unqualified idiots on the internet were trying to convince you that a fish cracker was going to give you cancer. Fear is profitable. It gets likes, views, shares. It sells you programs, supplements that you don't need. Sure, Big Pharma has a lot of money, but not compared to Big Wellness. And they make this money in part by trying to convince you that your food is poison, and it's working, so why the hell would they stop now? It's probably gonna get a whole lot worse. So as long as the misinformation continues, there are going to need to be qualified professionals to debunk it because this harms people, period. Reason number two why we will continue to talk about processed and ultra-processed foods is because people are eating them. Yes, educating people about whole foods is great. Most people know that a whole food-based diet is healthier than ultra-processed foods, but that is not our problem. Affording the food is the problem. And likely because of this horrific election, that's not going to get better either. Moreover, there are large population groups that rely heavily on processed and ultra-processed foods to sustain their health. And they need to be taught balance and how to eat within the constraints of their diet, and they need to know that they are doing a good job. And if a dietitian says to them, you can't eat these foods, they are unhealthy, you are not meeting the needs of that population and you are not doing your job. People's needs always come before your bias. So dietitians, maybe we do need to do a better job, but maybe it doesn't look like what you think it does. Let me know in the comments. Okay, bye.